I always hear about Michigan State with you, but your journey actually started with Grand Valley.
It did.
So
It did.
I mean, honestly, I go to Grand Haven once in a while
Mm-hmm.
with my kids were little, and I used to the camp. It's nice out there, man.
It's gorgeous.
It's very underrated. If you've never been out there, it's a gorgeous campus.
It
It's
is.
a gorgeous area.
And when I was there, the enrollment was 24,000. Now they're up to 28,000 because they've added on so much to that campus. And it's, you know what, Freddie, I tell people, even though I didn't graduate from there, I still hold a special place in my heart for Grand Valley State and Allendale, Michigan, where the campus is, because they gave me my chance. They gave me my start in college basketball. And you know, when I was in high school, I was recruited by a lot of schools, universities. Michigan recruited me, Michigan State, Notre Dame, Wisconsin, Purdue, a lot of the MAC schools, Eastern, Central, Western, Detroit, and Oakland University gave me my first offer. So it was down to
Coach
three.
Campy.
Coach Campy.
Yeah.
And Coach Campy and my mom knew each other back in the day. And so I have a relationship with Campy. And so it was Oakland, Grand Valley State, and Michigan State is my final three. Oakland and Grand Valley State offered me full rides. Michigan State offered me a walk-on spot. Oakland pulled out because they offered my scholarship to somebody else. You know, still love Campy though; it's my guy. And
Talking about a guy who loves Portillo's. You know, you see him on
oh
Twitter.
yeah, I've seen
He's
it,
always
man.
yeah. There's a Portillo's coming to town, by the way.
He's gonna love that,
he's
man.
standing.
So it was Grand Valley State or Michigan State, and I was torn because it's a full ride offer. This is something that was on my checklist, but it's Michigan State. It's a place that I've loved,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
so I sat down with coaches. I said, "Here's the situation," and he just looked at me like, "All right, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Like, if you come here, you're going to earn the scholarship. I don't know when it's going to be." He said, "But looking at your options, like, if you don't take a full ride scholarship, like, I may throw you out of my office right now." so he encouraged me to do it because he always knew that it was always my dream to be on scholarship, but he always knew it was my dream to be at Michigan State. And he said to me, you know, the scholarship changes everything for you. It changes everything for family, for you. Like, it gives you an experience that nobody else gets. So then I went on my official visit to Grand Valley State. I fell in love with the place. And this is how I knew I was meant to go to Grand Valley State. I walked around campus by myself, and it just felt like home. Because I always tell recruits, or whether it's high school athletes going to college, I said, you find the place that feels like home. You find the place that you walk around that campus and you go, this is where I belong. That's how it was with me at Grand Valley State. Like, I walked by the bell tower there, it went off playing the alumni song, and I was like, this is where I'm meant to be. And I loved it. It's out of the 5 years I had in college, the 2 years I had at Grand Valley State were two of the greatest years I had in college. Because I made a lot of great friends, met a lot of great people, whether it was the student athletes there, the current administration there, Tim Suggo, their athletic director, is now retired. Like, I made relationships with people there that I get to have for the rest of my life, and I'm thankful for Grand Valley State for that opportunity.
Your thoughts on your journey to Michigan State and your thoughts on Michigan State makes me think about Rudy. Now, I love Rudy, and I love watching that movie.
It's one of my favorites, man.
I mean, you know, you think about it, just from talking to you and now meeting you, they might be able to make a movie about you being Rudy for Michigan State. You ever think about that?
Oh, every day. Because, you know, Ray Weathers, who played for Coach Izzo back in '96, he came back my redshirt junior year and is finishing up his degree. And one of our managers came over and said, "Hey, you know what Ray Weathers just said about you?" I said, "No, what?" He said he called you the Rudy of Michigan State basketball.
Yeah.
He said, "You know how big of an honor that's coming, you know, from a guy who was one of the best players under Coach Izzo at the time?" Yeah. I said, "That's pretty cool." But, you know, I've always had that vision, Freddie, of my life story becoming in a motion picture. Like, I've had that. And, you know, right now I'm trying to get my book published, and I think that's basically the first step is you get that published, and who knows, maybe some screenwriter's reading it and going, I want to turn this thing into a movie. So that's also a big dream I have, is to kind of be the next generation's Rudy, if you will. Because, you know, as you knew watching that movie, that was our generation of an underdog. And I want my life story to be the next generation's underdog story.
Do you have a name of the book yet, or that's all still in the works?
So we have it, but I won't give too much away.
That's fine. No, it's okay. We'll get you on a later time.
Absolutely. So whenever it comes out, you know, I'll definitely keep you informed about it. But when it comes out, you know, I'd love to come back here, make another pizza, and have another conversation.
And by the way, when I watch Rudy, I've watched it 200 times. I still cry at the last at the last.
It's a great scene.
The last episode.
It is.
When he sacks the quarterback, and then when you go on Twitter, people say that wasn't a sack. I'm like, come on.
He was offside.
Yeah, he was offside. Yeah, bingo. He was offside.
Like I've seen college game day signs whenever they do like Michigan, Notre Dame, Michigan State, Notre Dame. Like some student will have the sign Rudy was offside.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, come on.
That's probably somebody never even picked up a college book.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so that he was offsides.
If you or your family is touched by autism, learn more about Fredi's Foundation at #PopTheTap at FrediThePizzaMan.com. That's FREDI, thepizzaman.com, or email FrediThePizzaman@gmail.com.